Hi, I'm Abby from Rtings.com. Today we're going to look at two 2023 QD-OLEDs that are still widely available: the Samsung S90C and the Samsung S95C. The S90C is one of, if not the most popular QD-OLEDs available right now. It's an amazing TV and one of the best out there regarding overall picture quality and features. But it does have a bigger sibling. That's where the more expensive S95C comes in. If you looked at the price difference between the two, you'd expect that the S95C would be an improvement in numerous ways. But surprisingly, this isn't the case. The two TVs have such a similar picture quality that even the most keen-eyed enthusiasts would be hard-pressed to see a difference. Their design is really what separates the two TVs, so let's start there. Both TVs have a very sleek style that looks and feels premium. They have thin bezels surrounding the screen with a slightly thicker one on the bottom. Both use a central stand that takes up very little space, so you don't need a wide table to put them on. Both stands lift the TVs just under 3.4 inches, so pretty much any soundbar will fit. There's a bit of wobble on the stands when the TVs are pushed forward or backward, but they quickly settle, so it's really nothing to be concerned about. Although these TVs are essentially the same in the front, the backs reveal more drastic differences. On the back of the S90C, your typical plastic central panel houses the inputs. Two USB and two HDMI ports face the side, making them easy to reach if you use the stand. Like most TVs, the inputs are hard to reach if you have it wall-mounted. Instead of a conventional central panel, the S95C uses Samsung's unique Slim One Connect box. On the back of the TV, you'll find only one port, and that's to plug the box in. Once plugged in, you can place the box wherever it's convenient. This is especially beneficial if you have the TV wall-mounted. If you do use the stand, the box mounts nicely to the back of it. Samsung's Slim One Connect box is a versatile feature that separates this TV from other premium models on the market, but it has two drawbacks. HDMI 2.1 typically has a maximum bandwidth of 48 gigabits per second, but due to limitations of the Slim One Connect box, all four HDMI ports are limited to 40 gigabits per second. Fortunately, this isn't a big deal since it doesn't cause any issues or prevent you from using modern devices that require HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, but it's worth a mention. But now, picture this. You're 1 kill away from hitting that coveted 10-kill streak, but suddenly, your TV blacks out for a few seconds. When the picture returns, you're dead on the ground, and your kill streak is over because of your expensive TV. This would frustrate even the most casual of gamers, and more hardcore gamers might throw their controller at their very expensive TV, and no one really wants that. Although we didn't experience this with our S95C during testing, there have been widespread reports of people who have. The most common issue is people experiencing intermittent blackouts, mostly while gaming. These blackouts are likely tied to the Slim One Connect box. There are no settings or tricks to fix this issue. If you're unlucky enough to get a TV with recurring blackouts, it seems like the only solution is to get Samsung to come to your home to fix the Slim One Connect box, or you return the whole TV where you got it. This is easier said than done, especially if you purchase the 77-inch model. It would be very frustrating to transport your new big screen TV home, wall mount it, and dial in the settings only to find out you must repack it all and return it to the store. It's important to note that other Samsung TVs with the Slim One Connect box don't have this issue, and it seems to only affect some S95C units. On a less dramatic note, the S90C and the S95C have similar inputs. Both TVs have four HDMI 2.1 ports capable of 4K at 144 Hz, and optical ports, an Ethernet port, and an ATSC 3.0 tuner for 4K over-the-air. The S95C has 3 USB ports instead of the 2 on the S90C, but the S90C has a 3.5mm analog audio out port, which the S95C doesn't. The two TVs are almost identical in features and performance. Instead of going through each category individually to show that they score the same in most of them, let's go through some categories with minor differences. For example, SDR and HDR brightness. In SDR, the S95C gets slightly brighter than the S90C. This can be helpful in a well-lit room where you need all the brightness you can get to overcome glare. Really, the difference is so minor that you can barely even tell that the S95C is brighter. It's a similar story when it comes to HDR brightness. The S95C has a slightly higher peak brightness in HDR. This means some highlights will pop more than on the S90C. But we're talking about such a small difference that most viewers won't notice, especially since a lot of current HDR content doesn't even get as bright as the TVs do. When it comes to HDR brightness in game mode, there's more of a difference. The S90C is pretty much the same in game mode as outside of it, but the S95C is a bit brighter inside this mode than outside. This will help highlights stand out more while gaming in HDR, so it's good if you're looking to get all the brightness you can out of the TV while playing HDR games. But again, most people won't notice this. The S95C can also display very bright, saturated colors slightly better than the S90C when watching HDR content. The S90C is no slouch in this regard, but the S95C can display very vibrant colors brighter. So if you're looking for the brightest colors possible between the two, the S95C is the winner. Now comes the big question. Should you buy the S90C, or should you spend more and get the S95C? The answer comes down to one thing: Samsung's Slim One Connect box. If you find the box's versatile nature appealing and are willing to spend over $500 more for it, get the S95C. Just know that the blackout issue is widespread enough that you might be unlucky enough to get a faulty TV. If you don't need the Slim One Connect box, go with the S90C. The slight difference in brightness won't be noticeable to most people. The TV is still bright enough in SDR to use in a well-lit room, and certainly bright enough for HDR content to have an impact. If you're a home theater enthusiast who watches the highest quality streams possible or collects physical media, consider the LG G3 OLED. No Samsung TVs support Dolby Vision or advanced DTS audio formats, but the G3 does, and still has an amazing picture quality overall. Well, that's all for our comparison between the Samsung S90C and the S95C. If you want to learn more, check out the full reviews on our website, or use our comparison tool to look at the TVs side by side. The links are in the description below. Until next time, I'm Abby from Rtings.com, where we help you find the best product for your needs. Looking for headphones and can't seem to find a pair? We have just what you need. In-depth reviews packed full of all the data you can't get anywhere else. Head over to our new channel, Rtings.com Audio, and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Ding ding!